It's a gang. They didn't say that's too many people to have. They said it's a gang. Yeah? Like, I'm not playing this game here. Yeah? That's not what I'm going to do here. Yeah? The Fairfield PD, I'm not doing this. Yeah? When we were kids, they walked around with cameras and they took pictures of us and
They
videos
did.
of us. And
They
they put a
did.
book together saying that everybody in these videos and these pictures were gang members. And then when new people would come to the city, they would hold meetings for people that were moving into the city to be able to sit down and get to know the city. And they would hand them this book that would have pictures of people like myself and you in it because the police racially profiled us, pulled us out of the car, and took pictures at a time where they were saying no tolerance. I'm not going to play this game here where I'm going to act like they weren't doing things like shutting down black events and opening up white spaces. I'm not going to play
I
this
get
game
that.
like we're not down the street from
I get.
Vacaville, Davis,
I.
and Dixon. I'm not playing this.
Yeah, and they for sure racist towns for sure. Still probably to this day.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. You get your shit off.
Yeah,
Get your shit off.
I feel a way about it because it's true.
It is, but
It was. I don't know what is now, but it was.
it was, but I'm gonna just go back to what I was saying. I get what you get your shit off. No, you do your thing. Do your thing. I'm going to say that the skating rink getting closed down and the skate park are two separate things. Because
know that's two separate
skating is not just a black thing, and I don't believe going to the skate park is just a white thing. I feel like there are activities that some people gravitate to more than the other. Yes, I get it, but you still have the option to do whatever you choose to.
Absolutely.
And okay. So let's just say all black people skateboarded and then all the white people went to the skating rink.
Okay.
And the fights and the stuff happened at the skate park.
Okay.
They shut it down. Would you be saying the same thing?
Yes, because at that point, if all black people skateboarded, then at that point, then that would be a black thing. But that's not the reality that we live in. It's one of those things like Vegas. When you go to Vegas, can you buy Hennessy places?
Yes.
Where? Dre's? Because everywhere else doesn't sell it. But the reason for that is because of the crowd that it draws. That's
Oh, you talking about in the club? I'm like, I bought Hennessy at the liquor store before.
No, not the liquor store. I'm saying
Okay.
and things like that.
Nah, you blew me back for a little bit. I was like, wait, pause.
Because of the whoa. Because of the
Move forward before we get canceled.
transition.
Oh my God.
Because of the crowd that it brings out, and that sentence alone allows it to not be a racial thing.
I don't think it's just the crowd.
Bro, Dre's is the only club. Listen,
I've been there.
I know it's the only club that does hip hop or Hennessy. Yeah, there's a reason. There's a reason.
He gets animated. He gonna knock everything over.
No, he pulled it. There's a reason though. Like that the sentence, the crowd that it brings allows them to do that, and it underneath be like, we don't want niggas here.
But Matt, can I ask you a question? Why don't they want niggas there?
Because their money ain't worth the risk that they fear. I got a fear of my business getting shut down because of somebody getting murdered over niggas fighting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
but why are niggas fighting? Because they're in an oppressed situation.
I don't
taught them
believe
to
that.
Be ruthless.
I don't believe that.
All right.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that niggas.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe it's because of proximity. You don't believe it's because niggas is starving.
I don't believe that.
You think that if niggas had resources, they'd be out there shooting each other.
It's 2023.
I'm talking about when we grew up.
Oh, okay.
And sorry that I keep using the word nigga over and over and over.
No, I said he be on me for saying that all the time.
It's not about that. It's more so I don't want to refer to us as that.
Oh, man, I'm a nigga to the day I die.
I just don't want to refer to us as that. You know?
What Charleston White say?
Okay. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Nonetheless, I don't want to refer to us as that.
I get you. I get what you're saying. But so what I'm saying is, there's opportunity.
Yeah.
If you present yourself in the right way.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna sit here and say, in the 2000s, we have been oppressed so much to where we can't accomplish anything that we set our mind to.
I never said that.
And the reason why, I'm just laying out. And the reason why we can't, or the reason why we're shooting and killing each other is because of proximity and because of oppression or whatever the case may be. Because if that's the case, me and you wouldn't have our stories. If that's the case, my cousin wouldn't be as successful as he is in his businesses and going on to college and graduating and getting this
Where your
high
cousin
end
from?
job. Berkeley.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
But you're
like,
talking about all Northern California individuals. Because in the blues era, everybody moved from back in the slave area
up here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
Louisiana,
it was
Louisiana,
So all of
especially Louisiana.
So all of our grandparents are from
Memphis.
Yeah, all of our grandparents are from down south. So then we
Understood.
move out here into a melting pot where we actually are allowed to just figure it out. And we also come from the home of Huey P. Newton, where there was a different level of acceptance for us because the people that came before us fought on this soil for us.
And I agree. But what I'm saying is, how long are we going to hold that against the stupidity that's happening in our community?
I think that it's I don't think that you get to say, you can say whatever you want. I don't think that it's a matter of hold that to the stupidity. I think that people, when it's like if your mother washed your clothes with Tide growing up, what are you gonna buy when you get your own home and it's time to do laundry?
Of course, Tide.
Tide.
I would go along with
So
that example.
if when you grow up, you have seen things done a specific way, right, from your elders, and your elders were forced into these situations where they dealt with much harsher times than we did,
Right.
then it is because of proximity in the environment.
Okay, but let me push back on that, because as you growing up as a man, you learn to do things on your own. So whether your mother taught you to wash with Tide or wash with your hands, you grow up and you figure out what's best for you and your age and how you want to move.
And
so what
often-
I'm saying is, with that level of thinking, we should take that into the world as well.
I agree.
We come from what we come from. You know, our parents, grandparents, they went through whatever they had to go through. But it's like, how long can we sit here and say, this is the reason why we doing this is because X, Y, Z? No, the reason why you're doing that is because you stupid and you don't want to be uncomfortable and step out of what you grew up in.
I want to battle your word choices because I don't believe it's because people are stupid. Yeah,
I mean,
truly believe.
if you continue to make the decision knowing there's better on the other side, is stupid.
My bro, like, they don't know it's better on the other side. Like, I think that you're speaking from an extremely privileged position.
Maybe I'm speaking in today's. I'm going back and forth between today and yesterday.
No, as a man,
Let's talk about today. Let's talk about today.
As a man,
Okay, let's talk about today.
As a man, even though you grow and you start to do things with your own hands and and you find your own way, you view yourself as a man post the world viewing you as a man, right? So as a young boy that's growing up and the world viewing that individual as a man at the age of 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, and that person continuing down the road of the mistakes that come from his gene pool of trauma. Yeah, like, I'm not going to sit here and not say that that's not a big factor into why people are the way they are. Like, it's crazy to think that if we're going to hold white people to this idea of inherent racism and white privilege, then we also have to hold ourselves to an idea of what we come from being a reason of why we do what we do, because we're holding white people to the same thing. So if we hold the standard to one side, it got to be to the other side.
I mean, I have to agree with you.
You lost me.
Well, I think what he's saying is
I'm not gonna lie, you lost me. I got what you were saying up until that last part, but go ahead.
I think you're saying, oh yeah, well, once you become a man, you could just fix all that and all that.
No. Okay, go ahead. I don't want to.
What I heard.
Got you. Maybe I'm not saying what I need to say right.
Because it sounds like you're saying, oh yeah, once you become a man, you know, you can now make your own decisions and all that. Yes, you can. But I think some things are just so ingrained, as Matt was saying, that it's hard to break those shackles and those chains.
When you don't even know it's a shackle. You don't even
Right.
know it's a chain. That's been the right way to handle your issue forever.
Right. And
Your mother hit you in the mouth. Your father hit you in the mouth. Your uncles hit you in the mouth. They hit each other in the mouth. You watched your father beat your mouth. All
And
of
then
that.
you have to mature enough to understand that that's not
I understand
good.
that that's what we would like.
but you see, I think, and Matt said you came from a privileged place, and you did because you had such a diverse family, right?
Right.
How many of those people who have gone that hidden in the mouth have ever had someone say to them, if someone makes you so upset, don't be around them. They probably never had someone say that.
They've only ever witnessed people explode and then still get love later because that's how they've learned love to be.
Right.
Without putting my family's business out there, that example is a bad example because I have those abusive people in my family.
But we're not talking about a singular.
Right.
But what I'm like,
But step back. But what I'm
From
saying,
your personal.
because it's like you've also had people in your life say, "Don't do that. That's not the way to go." There's lots of people who never had someone say that to them. They've never had that type of positive support, or what we view as positive support, because you can view it however you want to, right? You've had people say that to you.
okay.
Could you imagine
so-
going through your entire life, punch them in the face, punch them in the face, punch them in the face, punch them in the face? You've never ever heard in your life,
Don't.
right? You've never heard in your life you could just talk about something.
I've never heard that
You lying. You know how I know you lying?
until I was an adult.
But I don't believe that because
You don't have to. I'm
No,
telling you.
But we grew up together, man.
yeah, and me and Manuel was out there fighting.
I know y'all was out there fighting, but there are periods. Where,
And I didn't mean to say his name, but
right? But there are
Like-
periods of where y'all didn't fight because
I got my ass whooped
Right.
by my father for getting punched in the face and coming in the house and crying.
right when we was over on Emerson. Those were never your experiences. You know how I know? Because they weren't my experiences, and we were together at that time.
No.
But what I'm saying,
No, Oscar, no, because your dad and my dad is different.
they are different. But if you coming to spend a weekend with me, a summer with me, you coming to spend time.
And I had to go back home.
Right, you did have to go back home. But what I'm saying is,
Think about people who never had a nowhere else to go.
you had a different experience. So that experience for that week or two or that month or two could have shaped you or instilled something in you that you didn't even know was there.
I get what y'all saying. I get what y'all saying, but that means every single person in that person's life is like that.
No, that's not what we're saying.
I think the majority of their experience is like that.
I'm saying that their story's not respected widespread. It's disrespected over and over. And anything that is true to you and a lie to everybody else, you hold on to even more aggressively. So when it's a lie to everybody else and like you're not even allowed to have that kind of trauma because that trauma is bad. It's not, you don't like bad. That's just how they label it, bro. You're growing up in shame. There's so many of us that are growing up ashamed of who they are and they don't even know it's shame because anytime they open their mouth to discuss an experience that they've gone through, they're given shame. So they don't discuss it. It just becomes toxic. And then they find their way of escape, which is the drugs, which is the alcohol, the porn, the sleeping with women, the pimping, the this, the that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, and then once you open up that door, it's real easy to keep sliding down that slope. And I think that we got to offer them more respect than to say, you got to change. Now, we got to, experience, we got to respect it a little more.
I respect it, but at the same time, like, I respect their story. I respect their lives. I respect how they grew up. I respect that. But again, I go back to the choice is yours.
It is.
To change. If you, trust me, we know when, I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. You know when something is just not right.
Yeah, but
we're humans. We have that natural instinct to where something may or may not be. Even the and you know you know what I'm saying when I say this. Even the niggas that the hardest nigga, I got 18 bodies on me. Even have that. I know I'm doing wrong.
Well, but
I know this is wrong.
But sometimes that voice is turned down on a really low volume. But I think the other part is, I think, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, you're saying meet people where they're at.
Yeah.
Try to help them get to somewhere
instead of making them meet you where you can, where you accept them. That's what happened to me. Now, you want to know what happened?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
LA, did nobody want me to be who I was? They wanted me to be whoever they needed me to be for them to accept me.
Right.
So then I didn't love me because I could not fall in love with a man myself.
Right.
Because nobody else would just accept that, hey, this shit is real to me.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So you said you want people to meet where they are.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to learn that way. So I have a different approach of step the fuck up.
Well, but
make that choice.
But let's step back.
No, but I get that. But everybody, like, there's multiple ways you can help people
Right.
out. And me being a
So you
mentor,
telling me that you've never had a situation where you learned after the fact, where you did fucked up
That's
shit,
life.
and then okay, so
life.
All right, so right now,
but
what
after
no,
the fact,
wait,
I chose to go a different route. That's what I'm
How many
saying.
people get an after effect? They don't. They go and they get 25 to life.
Matt,
And my brother is one of those examples.
Okay.
And he's
let me tell you, no matter what he says, I'm saying meet people where he does that. And I've seen him do it. I've seen him help people. So not only does he meet people where they're at, he also tells some people, man, to fuck up.
That's my overall point.
Yeah.
You have your way of saying meet people where they're at. I'm saying we also need to hold motherfuckers accountable because everybody's not. You start meeting people where they're at, they're gonna think that shit is acceptable, and it's okay. No, listen, it's okay. No, listen. It's okay because I know somebody's gonna come back and reach down to me. I know I'm gonna have that lifeline. Somebody's gonna no, you don't have no fucking lifeline because as a black man in society, that lifeline is not always there. So choose to step the fuck up. We are behind. We know that. We don't have to keep saying that. We have a certain stigma against us that's attached to us from different groups of people. We know that. So why continue to feed into some bullshit when you can choose to be better? You can literally make that a fucking choice. You chose to move to LA. I chose to move to LA. You chose to go to HBCU. We all chose our paths and we all excelled at it. Nobody had to come down to our level. Nobody had to.
No, I definitely needed people to come to my level. And
Granted, no, don't get me wrong. Granted,
every step that I ever took to be better.
People did come down to your level once you made a choice to do better. You can't help a nigga that don't want to do right.
Wrong. Negative.
You can't help a nigga that don't want to do right.
Beep, 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 boop, boop.
Matt,
Listen,
you can't help a nigga that don't want to do right, bro.
I'm not arguing that fact, but I'm also not going to because I don't want to negate what you said.
Got you.
And
I need to start doing that too, by the way.
yeah, and I believe the only reason I was able to change. Rudy Abreu. Yeah, you know Rudy, contemporary dancer. What are you, Rudy? I don't know. Are you Colombian? I don't know what you are. He's something Latin and I think white. Yeah. Anywho,
Rudy,
Young Bull. He did J-Lo with me, but we had a conversation, right? Okay, and I was like, I just don't understand why I can't be myself. And he broke for a second. Was like, you can't be yourself because it makes people uncomfortable. When you are all of you, it makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's why. Because if somebody's an insecure person and you're secure in how unperfect you are, that makes them that much more insecure.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
So
I'm with you.
in that moment, he met me where I was. When he said that, it opened up the door for me then.
That's not the same, Matt.
Okay. For me then to be able to say, let me start making these changes.
You're on tour. Listen to what you're saying. You're on tour. So you already made that choice to do better in life, whether you think so or not.
No, bro. Like, I chose to run away.
From whatever you was running from, you chose to run away from a situation that wasn't good for you. That's a choice.
I think what he's saying, when he's saying you're running away, is making a decision to be better.
To be better.
And I don't look at it as a decision to be better.
But you don't have to, Matt, because there's a lot of people that were, like, in our situation that chose to stay where they were, and they probably didn't end up where we ended up.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that chose to stay home and stay where they were, and guess what? They ended up in a greater place than where we were. Because success is relative, right? I was on tour and I hated myself, and I was on tour and I was screaming at myself because I didn't like who I was. So regardless if I'm touring, fuck the title.
No. I'm not talking about that. The choice is all my overall point. No matter if they chose to stay in Fairfield and do whatever they did and become successful, that was a choice to do better from what they did previously. No matter what, we came from Fairfield and chose to go to LA to pursue a career that we didn't even know had a fucking blueprint to it, and we just created something out of nothing. That was a choice for us. You know what I'm saying? You meet people where they are when they want to do better. And they don't have those people in their lives. So that's why I agree with you guys when you said that. Hey, man, I'm trying, bro. Like, I'm working 3 jobs. You know, I'm taking care of my little brother or whatever. I'm doing this. It's hard. Cool. Let me help. I'm gonna reach out to you. I want to be that person in your life. I have 3 women that I mentor. You know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact. But I'm not going to reach out to somebody that doesn't want it, because I can't want it more than you want it, because it's never going to work for me.
And I think that we have different approaches to life. Yeah. Because
it's in it at the same goal. We all basically we want better for us.
I believe I believe
I can fly.
one of those. One, if you tell somebody to man up, they're gonna do what they believe is a man. So if they had negative representation of what man is, and they choose to man up, they're just gonna do that. So if it is, wait. So if it is more aggressive, if all they've ever seen was this as an idea of masculinity, they're gonna dive into that because you said now man up. So they're gonna go and be wait.
I think you're sticking to my words, Matt.
I am, because that's what you have.
No. But let me
honor those.
I do, but let me retract. When I say man up, it doesn't necessarily come with an aggressive. What's the word I'm looking for? It's necessarily not always aggressive.
It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about how they receive.
But listen to what I'm saying. The man up can be like, okay, bro, I got you. What do you need? It doesn't have to always be aggressive. When I say man up, I'm just meaning growing to that man that you should be, or I know you want to be.
Utilizing the word man up. And the reason I'm holding you to words is because this is going out on the internet and all you have is word. Yeah? So
but I've also explained it as well.
No doubt. Now, when you tell somebody to man up, they're going to go towards what they perceive to be man, not what you intend for them.
No, I explained it. They should know.
Okay.
I'll explain it.
You get what I'm saying, though?
I do get what you said.
So and at the end of the day, I believe that me and you both have the same idea and intention in mind. Mm-hmm. I think that we have two different routes to get there. And I think that for myself, I am more like, I'm not going to put my hand in somewhere and hold on to somebody's hand that's just not going to come the fuck up.
That's what I'm saying.
I get it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm still going to throw words to them. And I'm still going to reach out to them and try to encourage them because I know how hard it is to be lost.
And I get that, Matt. I understand. But what I'm saying is there are people that don't see what you just said at all.
And I'm not here to choose who that person is.
I think what Matt is saying is I'm gonna send good energy their way, regardless of what they're doing.
Because to be lost sucks more than to be.
I don't have the fucking energy or the time for that.
Here's the thing: you do it even if you don't think you do it.
And it's
called this podcast,
and it's draining.
Well, but when I say you do it, even though you don't think you do it, when we leave the club and you walking around asking people, I'm pretty sure he just met that person tonight. You asking them, are you good? Are you about to go and stop your entire life to make sure that person becomes the best human being they can be? No. But you're giving them a good piece of energy because you don't know what that's going to do for them
later on.
Right.
I get that. But going back to the original topic of black people, I think what the community is promoting today in today's society, what they're pushing to us with this piece of device right here, mm-hmm. You have all the information to do better. What you're doing at this point in life, in society, in America, you are making a choice. And I'm going to stand on that hill. I'm going to die on that hill, because if you choose to do better, it's going to be hard. Nobody's just going to wake up and say, I'm going to do better and be better. Some people can. Some people have that lifeline. But it's gonna be hard, and a lot of people don't want to put that work in. I've seen it, been around it, but I've also seen what you're saying too, where you have to meet people at where they are.
It just sucks, man, to watch like that kid that comes from a fucked up home and nobody knows, and they're in school and they get sent to the principal's office because this is the only space that they get to explore emotion because they don't get to do it at home, right? And that emotion comes out in rage and all of these other aspects, mm-hmm. and then they get sent to the principal's office and suspended and expelled and pushed away and pushed away and pushed away, and they only make room for the good kids. So then by the time that child is an adult and has the opportunity to make a choice, bro, choice, it's not that choice has been taken away from them. They've already been groomed, not molded, groomed to have a disbelief in self. And it really sucks because I know so many of them that fell down that hole of incarceration based off the fact that, like, hey, in first fucking grade, when he was lashing out, nobody grabbed that child to help him. They grabbed that child and they said, he's being disobedient. And then when they looked at the child's family, they said, he has a fucked up family, and then tried to call CPS as if it made it better. And it doesn't. It only compiles the issue. So it's like, just to watch so many of us get thrown away from such a young age, we have the responsibility on our back to look at somebody and say, I understand why you are in this. I understand why you are being this way. I understand why y'all shooting each other. Now I can't guide you nowhere.
I will
but
never
I can
understand
pour
that.
into.
I will never understand that.
I will. I can. I can understand taking somebody else's life. Starving, I can understand taking somebody else's life.
Yeah, yes, because that's the natural way of.
Oh my God. Just keep talking.
Yeah, because that's the natural way of humans. You know, when you're starving, you gonna go get it.
Yeah.
That's an animal instinct, or it's not even animal. I think it's the human instinct. You know what I'm saying?
I just think
but
that
listen, though,
white boys get away with the same shit that we don't get away with.
I think, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm not. Let me make this clear. I'm not talking about white people because I'm not white. I'm not even half white, so I can't even tell you that experience.
So they get to explore that emotion. We don't. So it comes out worse.
I'm going to hold my people accountable.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say,
I speak both because
that's why you get to be go. Yeah, I get that. I'm gonna say I don't understand you killing someone else when there's so many ways that you can make a living and survive. I don't understand. I don't understand killing for because you're hungry. You got to get it. I don't understand that. I don't even though we didn't necessarily we didn't partake in gang activity, but we all had cliques and crews and shit growing up, street beef, whatever the case may be growing up. I don't understand that. I just don't understand it. And it was hard for me to understand it even when I was in it. Even when I was around it.
I think the reason I understand it is white supremacy. I understand it because of white supremacy. And I've done, because I really wanted to understand white and black, I did deep dives into white supremacy and Aryan Brotherhood and watched a lot of films, documentaries, movies, things like that. And it's not that it's okay to take somebody else's life. It's that is you're living within an algorithm of life, right? And in that space, it's being told to you over and over that action is okay. Yeah. Now, when that action takes place, it's just like when somebody commits suicide. Yeah. They when that happens, they say when somebody is about to do that and they jump or they do whatever, their first thought is, fuck, I shouldn't have did that.
Right.
Probably the same thing when they pull that trigger.
Right.
It's probably the same thing when they do that dumb shit. Right. So if that is the same thing with suicide, yeah, and the same thing when it comes to
watch that word for the YouTube.
Suicide, yeah, I got you. I've been doing my studying.
Okay.
So same thing. There's a movie named Skin, and it's about a white boy that is lost in group homes, and then he gets brought into Aryan Brotherhood, and he wants to get out.
I think I've seen that.
And
made the dude bite the curb. Is that the movie?
No, that's American History X.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
American History X. Great film.
Yeah, it really is.
But Skin is a newer one, and it was really interesting to watch him want to get out and watch how he got in. Because he was groomed in.
Right.
Yeah? He was groomed into white supremacy. He wasn't a white supremacist. He was a lost white boy and then got groomed into it.
So
just like with gang activity,
can I ask you a question?
You can get groomed into the gang shit and start killing each other.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How did he get out? What sparked him getting out?
He had kids. He had a wife. And he was like, I don't want to do this shit no more.
So he made a choice.
Yeah.
That's my overall point.
Yeah, but this was after he already did all the bad shit.
But Matt, that's what I'm saying.
But it's after the fact.
I get it. But you still have to come into something has to click.
I agree, bro. But I think this is where our stuck point is. This is where our stuck point is.
And I don't want to say but, and.
This is where our stuck point is. Yes, the choice has to be made, Guy. Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. At the end of the day, yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Fucking stubborn fuck. Yo, I feel so bad for your baby mama.
We need stubborn.
We were calling her wifey, baby mama, girlfriend.
The mother of my child.
I don't know if I can say her name on the podcast.
No.
Okay.
No,
the mother of your child.
The mother of my child.
The mother, the woman that holds your seed.
The
woman that is giving birth to you. Yes. The woman that is giving. I feel so bad for her because you are so stubborn. But
hey, stubborn people are needed in this world. We had that conversation on the podcast.
I hear you, but I think our stuck point is I'm not battling that,
and I'm not battling you.
I know, and I think that's our stuck point. I accept yours.
And I accept you as
there we go.
Today.
No, not accept me.
I know. I'm fucking with you,
see,
bro.
Fuck, man. I want to throw things at you.
Don't let them throw you. They do that to me all the time.
It's so annoying, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. This is great fucking content.
We're making good TV.
This is great. I'm good at. I'm good at what I do. Huh?
No, I agree with you, my bro.
I'm good at what I do. Huh?
I agree with you, my bro. I hope those that are listening that are not trolls just really understand that meeting somebody where they are isn't a matter of saying it's okay that they're being that way. It is a matter of what we said earlier about love and respect. To love and respect people is to accept the fact that their walk of life is extremely different for a valid reason.
Right.
So accepting their valid reason of why, is the only way that that person is going to be seen enough to even have the opportunity to say, maybe I want to look elsewhere to think I can be something different.
Right.
Yeah. And that's all, to me, that's all it is I think it's not about accepting it and saying it's okay. It's about saying, hey, I see you and I'm not going to fucking give you more shame on your life.
Understood. I get that. 100%.
And that's our duty.
And I agree with you.
That's our duty.
I agree with you. And
because this black excellent thing, don't accept niggas.
I 100% agree with you. And
Yes.
I'm not using but.
Yes.
And I also believe that we have to hold ourselves accountable outside of the bullshit that we have to go through.
And I 1,000% agree.
That's all I'm saying. Hey. Hey, look at me. Mike all in my neck now. Shit.
This has been a very interesting conversation.
It's a great conversation because it needs
You might
to be
have
had.
to split this up into two.
Definitely going into 2 parts. You got anything you want to say?
I go into tangents.
No. You
No, I
good.
think you've been on point. I don't have a bunch to say. I think we need to do a show about his life, and not just about his life. I think it's always been very interesting to me having mixed friends, right?
Yeah.
That are black and white, right? Because as much as I say a white person will never understand my experience, I think for people who are black and white, you have even smaller group of people
to understand the experience.
that have a shared experience with, right? And I think as people, if we tried a little bit harder to just understand someone else's experience, and I think that's what you were pointing at a lot today, that it would be so eye-opening. Because I look at people, and I remember one time, it was crazy. So I'm ethically non-monogamous, and my ex-girlfriend...
You who, what now?
Ethically non-monogamous.
What is this word?
Ethically... You know what?
Ethically.
Non-monogamous.
Okay. All right.
The ethical part is just to make it sound nice.
That nigga in them streets.
You're right. That's all it is. That's what I said. He in them streets.
Jangalang,
Jangalang.
jangalang.
We can have
Your hands
that
is soft.
monogamy versus non-monogamy debate later.
Yeah.
We'll do that. We'll bring some girls on because we can do that.
But
Fresh and fit.
she had
No, absolutely not. We actually like and respect women over here.
yes,
So.
100%. But she had a partner. She was white. He was white. And I was like, well, it must suck to be him sometimes because, like, never mind.
Nah, get into it.
No, because like there are situations like where it must suck because one, I don't think he's ever really experienced any like trauma or friction.
Right.
So I remember she was like, "Oh well, he doesn't want to tell people he's ethically non-monogamous because it might impact his job," and I laughed.
Because your life.
Because my life is
Actually,
everything I do impacts my job.
Yeah.
But then I had to step back. I was like, well, that must be a scary thing for somebody like that if they've never had to experience that type of friction.
Yeah.
If they've never had to worry about this thing I'm doing might impact my employment.
Right.
So that
Can I give you pushback?
Yeah.
Being half white, it's about what it looks like, not about what it is. That's the culture. That's white culture.
The optics.
Oh well, no,
That's white culture.
and I understand that.
Everything from the day that they're born and every choice that they make is still, this could affect my job. It just looks
it's
different.
just,
than
Can I? Okay, with that, can I ask y'all this question?
What's that?
Should the black community adopt that principle
about what it looked like, not what it is.
about the optics and not what it is?
No.
No,
Okay.
No.
Just a question.
absolutely not.
No, because I think so. I know
That's gonna make fools out of us.
Yeah.
Just a question.
I
Just a
think
question.
one of the most freeing things I have is the fact that I'm like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Understand. I'm with you. 100%.
That's one of the most freeing things.
I'm with you
And
100%.
that's why sometimes work can be a little difficult because I do have to put on my work hat, so to speak.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh, I'm dropping this cast in parts.
yeah,
This is going in parts. I can't
but
wait.
to Matt's point, like that must. Now, what you said, it must extra suck for him because he could never be who he really is.
Yeah.
Cause like that's one thing as a black man, like as a black man who grew up in a school where the other black people were calling me an Oreo, and when I really found out and accepted myself, bro, I be so free out here in these streets.
But see, you did go through that with what looks. Oh, maybe.
I mean, I
what I'm
went
saying?
through
Like-
it, but I on a different level, and I dealt with it in such a way so early on that I was able to overcome it a lot easier
You made that what?
because I made a choice. Yes,
All
back
right.
to your point.
All right.
But now you got somebody in they mid.
They don't want to make a choice.
look at Matt's face. You gotta to his face over there.
No, trust me. Watch it. You
gotta
can
cut
make,
to his
you
face.
make
But
a
yeah,
choice.
nah, I mean,
Because 2023, and this is all, I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave it here, and I agree with both of you guys. I'm just going to say to the audience, in 2023, there's going to be trouble. There's going to be trials, tribulations. Nothing in life that you want is going to be easy. You're going to have to work for every single thing that you want. But in order for you to get to where you want to go, it starts with you. You have to make that choice.
choices.
Don't rely on people to help you and stuff like that. Don't expect people to help you. Don't expect people to always be genuine. Don't expect people to even match your energy. You know what I'm saying? You could be a person that gives and loves hard, and then you don't get it back. Don't expect, just do you. My whole thing is just make the choice to do better. If you even have the smallest, I might can do better, or I should be doing it. Do it. Just do it.
Take action.
Take action. Please take action, because that what is it, a mustard seed? The faith of a mustard seed, something like that in the Bible.
Yep.
The faith of a mustard seed can just
It can do more than 1,000 hours of worry. Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so just follow that. No matter, like, yes, we all have different views on what the ending goal, the route to the ending goal should be, but the ending goal is still the same.
Yeah.
Is to do better, be better, and like I said, because everybody's not going to help you. Everybody's not going to want to see you be successful. Everybody's not going to want to put a hand out and pull you up. Unfortunately, that's life. But just go. Go. You know what I'm saying? And if you are that person, like they're saying, that you have the means, the resources, the foundation to go and help somebody, and you have that energy and that your spirit is there, do it. Do it. That's it.
can I add to that?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. And we looking at center camera?
You can look at whatever camera you
Whatever
want to.
camera you can look at yours.
With what he said being said, don't look at the things that you're looking to do better at as broken. Just accept them as are. Yeah, not broken. Because if they're broken, you have to fix it before you can do better.
Right.
Yeah, it's not broken. It's an opportunity to do different. So don't even do better. Do different until better comes to you.
Right.
Just different. If this season don't work, try that season. And I'm not talking about seasons. I'm talking about seasoning, right? If you got chicken and this kind don't work, try that one. And then that one. You finally going to figure out whatever's going to work.
You're going to get that recipe.
Also, I got a question to black entertainers. We got hella black beverages that we can all support, but I don't know where a black prison is at. So we can own and sell alcohol to black people, but we don't own a black prison where we can rehabilitate our own people.
I've never heard that idea, actually.
I'm just curious as
Never heard
to
that idea.
I'm not going to say that I don't know what
That's actually a brilliant idea.
I know I'm a brilliant man.
You are. You
Duh,
absolutely
come
are.
on, made of the
No, and I'm not even trolling you. I'm so serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's deep.
I
y'all.
don't understand why we sell the poison to our people, but then allow the prisons to be owned by other.
Look, so
Okay.
My question, and I don't know what the red tape is. I'm not blaming nobody for nothing. I don't know the red tape of owning a prison. I just don't understand why, if that is where most of our people are going, why are we not in charge of at least one?
Right.
So we could open up that can of worms on the next podcast.
Okay.
When we have,
Episode 19,000.
yeah, when we have Matt back on. But those were two like very fantastic monologues. I'm gonna take this opportunity to like
Do your
close
thing.
this out.
Do your thing.
We want to thank you for hitting up the You Good Digital podcast.
Dig what I'm talking about.
Merch coming soon. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and we're gonna leave it here, and I'm gonna give it over to my cousin if you wanna say any closing remarks. Not a monologue. You already did your
I
monologue.
think everybody said everything that needed to be said.
All right.
And I feel like we all on the same page.
Yeah. Well, this is You Good Digital. I'm your boy Oscar. This is
Your boy Long Live Mousy.
And I am Matthew Day.
Okay, now.
all right, and we
I say
out.
Matthew because RJ Kyler told me that I need to start putting reverence on my name. So y'all see me in these streets, you call me Matthew from now on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dropping knowledge
All right,
till
now.
we hit pause and stop. We You Good Digital. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, all that good stuff. And we out.
Okay, Cuddy stepping up. Okay, the outro.